And we're back with another review and thoughts on this time checking out the to-be original Lowlifes, which is a horror film. Now it is directed by two people, which I will say for a film that's directed by two people, usually are three. It was coherent enough to enjoy. It was well shot. I'll say all the technical aspects of it are well done. Like the editing's fine. There's gore in it, special effects are fine, or makeup effects, I should say. Practical or really good. Not a lot in it, but for what they put in, what they do is fine. It's written by Kaplan, and yeah, I thought this was a pretty decent film. I really like the premise. I mean, I watched a little bit of the trailer to try to get a feel of it, and then I cut it off when the family, because pretty much it's, the synopsis of this is pretty much the survival instincts of a road-tripping family are put to the test when they have no other choice but to stay the night at a remote homestead. And yeah, that's pretty much the premise. It's this family from an RV. They decide to stay at these other back home family, and things are not as they seem. And I'll just leave it at that. But for what it was, if you did see the trailer, I don't know, because I didn't watch the whole trailer, so I did cut it off at some point at the very beginning when they arrive at this other, hillbilly type home. Which I will say, this movie, it reminds me, if you ever saw the movie We're the Millers, if it was that but a horror film, and maybe You're Next a little bit, because it turns into a slasher by the third act, by the second act. Which there's other movies that have done this, but not. I can't think of the name. I know there's a remake coming out. I can't remember what the name of the other movie of it was. But it's basically like a family, pretends to be all jolly and whatever, but they're really psychopaths to this other normal family. And these hillbilly backwood people, they seem really decent people, like they're, close with each other. Not like that, but, nice and comforting. And then you have this family from the city that drops in, and changes their whole situation. And aside from, the first twist is in like maybe the first 15 minutes, I would say. You think it's going to go a pretty typical route, but then turns out... Oh, it also has some elements of Texas Chainsaw Massacre in it, such as a dinner scene, I'll just say that. But it's not as... Granted, I don't care for the first, TCM film, but, here it was more action, in the third act at least, and you do like the family here. I did like the villain. I will say I did like... They are people that you really, really, really hate. Maybe the mom, because there's 4 of them, so maybe the mom, I would say, to a degree, to a small, minor degree, the mom is sort of iffy on... Like, you sort of can sympathize maybe with the mom. Spoilers, anyway, if I say anything else past that. Spoilers in this review. But, like, I mean, you find out this RV family from the city, pretty much they're killers and they're cannibals. So they pretty much go off grid to random off grid places in the wilderness, well, not in the wilderness, but the forest, like the backwoods, redneck type places, families, and they want to pick them off one by one pretty much because they think they're cleansing, whatever. They think they're low life because they're no better than them, they think, or they believe. They think they're doing them a favor. I will say I liked the acting of the dad. Maybe I like the acting of the dad and the daughter more than everybody else. Because the dad, you can tell, like, he's pretty he gets over the top, but then he's also menacing at times when he freaks out. And you can tell he's the main boss of this entire, he runs everything. Whereas the mom, is a pill popper, which I guess is maybe, I guess, because she's okay with them killing people, but they're not completely alright with it. That I didn't understand her positioning, because then there's speculation, or there's like talks of her liking what they do, I mean, by the end, like, it turns generic. The last shot and cliche generic ending of, granted, it doesn't fully infuriate me, though it did make me roll my eyes and also say, "Uck this movie" for a minute. But aside from the ending, where you have a typical downbeat ending, where at least one killer survives, because I guess leave off for a sequel that I guarantee won't happen. I don't know where you would even go with that, because the daughter survives and the rest of her family's dead, and they killed the other normal family. She even killed the deputy at the end, and she drives off in the RV, and that's it. I'm like, I mean, just the fact that, like, we have this deputy, it comes in midway. "Oh, I think I need to stop at so-and-so's home to see what's going on, to see if they're alright." So he, just assume you already, if you've seen a lot of horror movies, you know where that's going. She's going to shoot the wrong person, and then let the killer live, or the killer kills him at the end as well, because he was going to discover bodies in their RV. Which then I also forgot that the RV was even around still in that location. But yeah, overall, again, the gore is there in spots. Good practical effects for what they did. The acting's really good from the dad and the daughter. You also grow to hate the daughter as well a lot. The brother was annoying. He's a twat. You just want to in the face. And good on the one sister, Savannah, for breaking his neck. It sucks that she dies, because she reminds me, she was like the Katniss Everdeen in this movie, because they really like to throw that. She's an expert at bow and arrow shooting. And she is, because she kills the mom with a bow and arrow, which was cool. And I like how the dad, he sort of almost blacks out for a minute, because it goes silent when the daughter's screaming over the mom's dead body, and then the camera's just lingering on the dad, and he's just like in his own head, and then it just goes like that, and then he's back to being calm, and like talking really calm, and like, "Your mother's gone, that's it." And like you can tell, like, I don't know, like, I like that scene, or elements of that scene. So there's stuff to like about it. I like the twist. It wasn't they're really killers or anything like that by the end. No, it's right at the beginning. 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, maybe. Oh, they're cannibals, and we're rooting for the redneck family. Which, again, I actually like that twist, because you don't really get that a lot. Maybe in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, though, even that, I would say, that wasn't as... Granted, that was more of a comedy than a horror. I mean, it was horror elements in it, but it was more of black comedy. And plus, the city folk, young teens in that, were really misunderstanding of the Tucker and Dale in that film, so... But yeah, for a Tubi original film, to come on in and actually do something somewhat original enough for me to give it a thumbs up, aside from the ending choices, I would still recommend it if you're a fan of Hills Have Eyes, or We're the Millers if it was a horror film, or American Psycho, which I've never seen, but it was compared to that as well, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yeah, I would say go for this one. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Alright.